Have you ever noticed that some park runners seem to keep improving year after year, while others stay stuck running the same times? In this video, I'm going to break down 5 things that runners who improve long term usually do differently, and why smarter training often beats simply training harder. Kia ora team, I'm Coach Ray. I am a park running coach who specializes in coaching beginner and recreational athletes to achieve their sporting as well as their health and fitness goals. Now, those 5 things I talked about at the start, park runners that improve long term don't race every Saturday. They might participate, but they don't race. They respect the easy training days and easy run sessions. They learn how to pace properly. They build their training progressively over a long period of time, and they also train with purpose. Now, let's dive into those 5 things in a little bit more detail. Consistency is always going to beat motivation. That is your key to success. Over a course of a period of time, your level of motivation will peak and trough and go up and down naturally. Take advantage of those times when motivation is high, but consistency across the time and training consistently, regardless of whether motivation's high or low, is going to get you some great results. It's going to build your fitness over the long term. You'll get a small improvement each week, and that will just compound week after week after week, building up your fitness, building your capability, making you a fitter, stronger, more efficient runner. And that regular training is always going to be a lot better for you than just having that perfect week once in a blue moon and having inconsistent training in between. Generating that sustainable routine week after week after week allows you to adapt to that routine and prevents burnout. Burnout comes as a result of doing too much in a period of time. If you have that big week trying to catch up on missed training from the previous weeks, that's what tips you into that aspect of the spectrum. Stop racing every Saturday. I mean it. Still go participate, stay involved with parkrun, but don't go for your PB every single week, because it will just spiral you into a bucket of hurt and you won't enjoy your running in a short space of time. Instead, once a month, once every 4 weeks, go for that PB. Those other 3 runs in the month, have a different goal within it. It might be to have a progressive park run where each kilometer is faster than the previous one. It might be to try and see how consistent you can make those kilometers at level 3. It might be to try and run level 4 threshold pace the entire way without going above or below. Different pacing strategies will develop different fitness qualities, which will make you a better park runner in the long term. And if you're racing every single Saturday and trying to get that PB every single Saturday, that constant high intensity work is going to create a lot of fatigue, and that's going to build up, accumulate in your body, and then you're going to need to recover from it. Something will break, something will force your hand. One of the principles I like to follow is the hard day, easy day principle. If you have a hard day, you follow it with an easy day. That allows recovery from that hard session the previous day. Easy days need to be genuinely easy. There's no point just pushing the pace a little bit. It's not too hard. Yeah, it is. Anything above easy is too hard on an easy day. It leaves you tired, it leaves you fatigued, it means you don't fully recover from the hard day that it's trying to assist you to recover from. Too many people make the easy runs slightly moderate, slightly harder, and it leads to stagnation. It's not a recipe for success. Don't make every run hard. Make them, some of them, genuinely easy. That recovery is going to help maintain that consistency long term. If you try and smash yourself with every single running session, it's not going to work. Trust me, I've been there a few years ago. That balanced training, while having harder days, easier days, will support quality sessions in the long term, allowing you to start them fresh because you've had the easy days leading into it. It allows you to execute that session to perfection, hit those high intensities, and then it allows you to recover afterwards. Fresher runners always perform better. So having that Friday as an easier day allows you to dominate the park run, achieve your goals when you are trying for a max effort at parkrun. Hey, look, there's my mate Jason. That's Pegasus Parkrun. Actually, I think there's another photo. I can't remember if it was earlier in the slide presentation or later of us running together. He smoked me that day, by the way, just for the record. I think the other photo I'm ahead of him, it looks like I'm a faster runner, but truth is, he's the faster runner. And he is faster because he's been really diligent, really consistent with his training over the last wee while. But anyway, aerobic fitness is the key to your success. Any endurance sport involves breathing, getting oxygen to the working muscles, and that comes via the aerobic pathways. You need to be efficient with getting oxygen from the air into the working muscles. Easy running is the intensity that makes the greatest efficiency improvements in the aerobic system. It makes you a more durable runner, and therefore, as a result of that improved fitness, you're going to end up being faster. It will allow you to work more efficiently at those higher intensities, as opposed to just smashing high intensity sessions. They're not training the aerobic system. They're training other pathways in the body, clearing lactic acid, improving VO2 max. Now, these all play an important role, don't get me wrong, but aerobic efficiency is the single most important feature physiologically of your body that you can adapt from training to make you a better runner. So make sure you have those easy runs, keep them at level 2, keep them consistent throughout. Pacing properly. And that's Jess, by the way. She is a perfectionist with her pacing. You'll often find her at the Dunedin parkrun. So if you pop along to Dunedin, see Jess, say good day to her. She is she is the best, as in fastest runner in the Quick Kiwi collection of athletes at the moment. She has got an immense amount of talent, and that's why she is national champion, provincial champion across a range of distances, not just 5K. Anyway, smart park runners learn to pace properly, and that's the reason why I chose Jess for this slide, because she paces events perfectly. It might be a challenging event like Dunedin, where there's hills and that need to be contended with. Jess always just ticks that box to perfection. Most runners start too aggressively, and that's one of Jess's strengths. She can hold back, be restrained in the early kilometers, knowing that her strength is going to come to the fore later on. Pacing is a skill that needs to be practiced, and you can't negative split if you don't practice that skill. And that having that stronger second half leaves you in a really great position to get really great performances. You can't be in that great position at the end of the event if you've started too fast, too aggressively. So control that start, be conservative, and build through the event. That better racing means you don't have a massive fade in your performance towards the end. Actually, there's that photo of Jason and I at Parkrun Pegasus. That's on the first lap. The photo of Jason previously, that's on the second lap, where he's left me for dead. But anyway, training gets broken down into phases. We have different phases to target different adaptations. Now, depending on what your goal is, what you're trying to achieve with your parkrun, we might plan these differently. So I'm not going to give you a hard and fast rule in this short video, but different phases will target different adaptations. The foundation phase is going to prepare you for harder training that's going to come in the phases following that. And like I said, depending on your goal, is what we'll put in those other phases. But you need to progress through the phases naturally and build your fitness. If we look at a stereotypical example, the foundation injury prevention phase, we're building your preparation for the harder training. In the early quality phase of training, we might have some hill reps, doing some strength work. All these are going to target our aerobic adaptation that I mentioned before. That is our primary goal, number one. In the transition quality phase, we're moving through to a higher intensity. And then in the final quality phase, we're doing VO2 max intervals, getting that high end speed developed to a peak, so that with the park run that you're going to target for your ultimate PB, you're ready to go. But we need to progress naturally through those different phases to get the most out of them. Smarter training allows you to improve over the long term and get more enjoyment out of your running. You need to build sustainable habits. that consistency week in, week out, long run Sunday, intervals on Tuesday, recovery run Wednesday, stretch session on Friday, park run on Saturday, and then complete that cycle over again. That's an example. Might not be what's perfect for you. It's, yeah, that consistency is the key. Without it, well, not without it, with it, it will help build you to that perfection. The comment I've got there, smarter runners focus on consistency over perfection. You'll get that perfect result with the consistency of training building up to it. Good pacing is also key. It makes your runs more enjoyable when you start easy, finish strong, you're passing all those runners towards the end that have gone out too fast and faded massively. Structured training leaves you with confidence and control in your capabilities, and as well as the confidence in your performance on race day. Patience, particularly in those opening kilometers, but also in the overall long-term build-up of your training. But patience in those overall kilometers or the initial kilometers is going to be one of your biggest performance advantages. There's Steph, that is Neil Park, Parkrun in Nelson. Once again, Steph, she's an amazing ultra runner and she uses parkruns as a regular benchmark of how her performance is going. Now, if you'd like some help putting some of these principles into practice, I've created a free guide called 4 Weeks, 4 Ways to Run Parkrun. Inside, I'll show you 4 different pacing strategies you can rotate through across 4 weeks to help you become a smarter, stronger, and faster parkrunner. There's a link in the description below where you can download it for free. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.